Hi there, the Story Ninja has another story for you. So, this one is a story about a very real young woman, and the story starts of her as a little girl. And it is a true story of this girl's wish for a better world. And her name is Malala Yousafzai. And our storybook version of her life is Malala's Magic Pencil. And this has also been a winner of the Nobel Peace Prize. So let's find out a little bit about Malala's life. So if we're looking at the picture of Malala, I'm sure you're thinking she's definitely not from South Africa. So we'll find out a little bit now about where Malala was born and what her life was like. But the first question is, do you believe in magic? I think I do believe in magic. Not just a little, but quite a lot. So let's start with Malala's story. When I was younger, I used to watch a TV show about a boy who had a magic pencil. If he was hungry, he threw a bowl of curry and it would just appear. If he and his friends were in danger, he threw a police officer. So the boy was a little hero, always protecting people who needed help. How I wanted a magic pencil too. How many of you would really love this magic pencil? So I'm going to show you some pictures from time to time. Okay, if I forget, please just remind me. If I had a magic pencil, I would use it to draw a door. Put a lock on it so my brothers would not bother me. I would stop time so I could sleep an extra hour in the morning. How many of you would be wishing for that? I'd erase the smell of the rubbish dump near my house. I think that was thinking about others too, eh? And I would use it to make other people happy too. I would draw the most beautiful dresses in the world for my mom, the best buildings in the valley for my father, so he could open as many schools where children would be able to study for free. I would draw a proper ball, so my brothers and I no longer had to play with an old sock stuffed with rubbish. So what a kind-hearted young girl Malala is. Every night before I went to bed, I wished for, yes, a magic pencil, all of my very own. And every morning I would wake up and check my cupboard. But the magic pencil was never ever there. So one day, I was throwing away potato peelings and eggshells at the dump. Remember, she said the dump was just down the way from our house. I was wrinkling my nose, swatting away flies and making sure I didn't step on anything dirty in my nice shoes, when I saw a girl about my age sorting rubbish into piles. And nearby boys were fishing for metal scraps using magnets on strings. When my father returned home from work, I told him what I'd seen, and it made him very sad. Abba, he said to me. Yes, Johnny, he said back. I always liked when he called me Dear One. Why haven't I seen that girl in my class at school? Because, he said. But he didn't finish right away. Because, Johnny, in our country, not everyone sends their daughter to school, and some children must work to support their family. Those boys, they will sell those metal scraps that they find, and if they went to school, their families would then go hungry. School was my favorite place, but I'd never considered myself lucky to be able to go. Like most of us, we are very lucky to just be able to go, even though we can't right now. My father had always said, Malala will live as free as a bird. Now I wondered how free I'd truly be. That night I thought about families who didn't have enough food, and the girl who couldn't go to school, and even without, how when I was older I would be expected to cook and clean for my brothers, because where I come from, many girls weren't allowed to become what they dreamed of. I knew then that if I had that magic pencil, I would use it to draw a better world, a peaceful world. First, I would erase war and poverty and hunger. Then, I would draw girls and boys together as equals. And I think that's wishes and dreams of many of our young people today. Over the next few years, instead of wishing for a magic pencil every night, I worked hard in school every single day. I wanted to be one of the top students in my class. So instead of just wishing, Malala actually went out there to work very hard. But soon powerful and dangerous men declared that girls were forbidden from attending school. They walked the streets of our city now, and they carried weapons. How do you think Malala must be feeling at this time? One by one, girls stopped coming to school. Abba, where are all the students? They don't feel safe here anymore, Johnny. How could a few men stop all the girls in our valley from going to school? If more people knew what was happening to us, I thought they might want to help. So wishing wasn't enough. Someone needed to speak out. And Malala thought, well, why not me? I wrote about it. How would it feel to be scared to walk to school? And how some of my friends had moved away because of the threat they faced in our city. I wrote about how much I loved school and how proud I was of my uniform. So Malala found a voice, and she used her gift of writing. Do you think she had a magic pencil yet? So once I started writing, I didn't stop. I wrote speeches and traveled around my country, sharing my story with everyone. I even talked to a reporter from a famous international newspaper. People actually wanted to learn about my life. I spoke for all the girls in my valley who couldn't speak for themselves. And here Malala is still a very young girl. Don't you see how brave she is? And I think many of us have that brave heart somewhere hiding deep down. My voice became so powerful that dangerous men tried to silence me, but they failed. And now my voice is louder than ever. Louder because people have joined me, and together we make a chorus, standing up for what we believe. We raise our voices for those in need, help people in danger, even if they are an ocean away. Think of the world as one huge family. So I'm just going to read some of these posters I'm seeing in the crowd. We stand with Malala. I am Malala. Education is a basic human right. You are hope and inspiration for all of us. Brave Malala. Education for all. Malala. Education is a right. Malala, you are the pride of Pakistan. So people echoed her words and sentiments. People shared her name. I think everybody around her was starting to share her vision. So do you still believe in magic? Well, I do. I wrote alone in my room, but people all over the world were reading my story. Millions now know it and help me spread my message of hope. I had at last found the magic I was looking for in my own words and in my work. I am Malala. I've always wished I could make the world a more peaceful place. And every day I work to make my wish come true. One child, one teacher, one book, and one pen can change the world. So just a little bit of fact about Malala Yousafzai. Malala Yousafzai first came to public attention by writing for BBC Urdu about life under the Taliban using the pen name Go Makai. The Taliban had forbidden girls in her region from going to school, and soon she began to speak publicly about girls' education in her community. In October 2012, so that wasn't too long ago, Malala was targeted by the Taliban and was attacked as she was returning home from school. She miraculously survived. Malala and her family now live in Birmingham, England, and she travels the world speaking about the importance of education for all. In 2013, she started the Malala Fund, which has since opened schools for girls in Pakistan, as well as in Lebanon and Jordan for Syrian refugees. Of the over 130 million girls who are out of school, many are refugees. So in recognition of her courage and advocacy, Malala was honored with the National Youth Peace Prize in Pakistan in 2011 and won both the International Children's Peace Prize and the Amnesty International Ambassador of Conscience Award in 2013. In 2014, she became the youngest ever recipient of the Nobel Peace Prize, shared with Indian children's activist Kailash Satyarthi. In 2017, Malala became the youngest ever UN Messenger of Peace, with a special focus on girls' education. So let's just go a bit close up, and I hope you can see some pictures of the real Malala. So I hope the story has inspired you as much as it has inspired me. And there are teen reads as well as adult reads all about Malala Yousafzai. So whoever else wants to read a little bit more about Malala, once we're able to get out there, you will definitely find the books. So thanks for listening, and goodbye.